What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. I'll give you guys a quick update on Casey and how she's doing. They decided to do surgery this morning in Qatar versus bringing her back here. Surgery went well. She got out about 15 minutes ago. About a 2.5 hour long surgery to go in, put some screws, put some plates, whatever they did to fix her ankle and her leg. But everything's good to go. She's resting now, and I'll hopefully talk to her within maybe an hour or so when she wakes up. But give you guys an update. She's doing good. Surgery went well. No issues there. And it's looking like she'll be coming home relatively soon. I'm not sure exactly when or if that's 100%, but that's kind of what they're talking about. So I'll keep you guys updated as I find out more things, but surgery went smooth, no issues there, so off to a great start. Hello, my good friend.
Hello.
Time for day 2. Brought you a Gatorade as well. Yep. All right, my friends, we are back. Day 2 with the good old Jetta wagon. The goal for today is to get pretty much everything done on the engine, transmission clean and back in the car by the end of today, and then tomorrow finish up the last little things and be out of here. So today's goal is to get the water pump swapped out, new tensioner. We have valve covered gasket. Got to pull all this off on this side so we can do the chains, the guides, the tensioner, all that kind of stuff on this side. Got to pull the clutch off, get the new clutch on, clean the transmission. I went to the store today and I got some degreaser. I got some sponges to go around and clean the engine bay real quick. I got some engine enamel here, some silver for the sunroof head if I paint that. I got some for the block, and then a couple other things there. But yeah, by the end of today, this should be all put back together and hopefully back in the car pending no hiccups, which has gone smooth so far. So we should be sitting pretty nice by the end of the day. And then while I'm up here working on this stuff, Martin's back here taking out my my snap spring. Still can't believe it snapped. Like I said yesterday, new one right there, get that fixed and good to go. And we'll just get moving right along. So let's dive into this thing. And pull it apart. Just a little bit broken. That's wild.
Should I wet it? I know.
Yeah. Honestly, if you have zip ties with duct tape, we'll just,
duct tape will be fine.
They'll never know. Could you imagine going to inspection with it taped together? They'd be so upset. Oh man. Yeah, I should have definitely seen that coming. That was my bad. That's why I brought an entire bag of towels so we can try and keep this shop in one shape. Okay, well, valve cover's off. Not looking bad at all in here. This is very, very clean. And there actually wasn't like a ton of like gasket sealer and that kind of stuff around here. So all very clean, cams look good. Very good shape. Also over here, tensioner's off, water pump's out, made a big mess. This one actually already had the metal fin water pump, but still, place it while we're here, get a new seal in there just so it's taken care of. I know it's a brand new one and there's no questioning it. So that's off, that's all good to go. So we'll go ahead and toss in a new water pump, toss in the new tensioner. Actually, no, I'm gonna go through, do some cleaning, maybe paint some of this real fast while it's off, and then put the new stuff on. And then we'll go ahead and put some TDC, lock the cams, and start tearing off all the timing covers, upper, lower, clutch, and this side of the engine. And then in the back, look at this. Brand new spring back here. Martin's going through, what's that stuff? Just
rust changing spray.
Ah, okay. Because there's a lot of surface corrosion back here, so he's gonna spray all that kind of stuff. Getting taken care of. At some point, I'll probably go through and just rebuild a whole separate rear beam with new bushings and stuff and swap it in. But for the time being, this is good. New spring, so this won't fail anymore. Kind of like the one better though, you know? Yeah. A nice little secondary spring in there. Mm-hmm. Extra support. Not too shabby. All right, Martin pulled off the pressure plate and the clutch. Got some hot spots in there, but honestly, the car still drove perfectly. But while we're here, replace everything. No need to reuse the old stuff. And where'd you put the, oh, it's over here?
Here.
You can see the clutch plate here. If I can pick it up. Not terrible. Still a bit of life in it, but again, might as well toss in a new one. And then the pressure plate, same thing. Got some hot spots in there. But the car drove, like, honestly felt perfect. The clutch pressure, the grab, everything was super nice. So no more stock clutch going to our nice fancy one that's over there. But we'll pull this off next, and then we'll be able to see the rear main seal and start pulling off our covers here. And then on this side, I've been going through and trying to clean up all the crusty stuff on this section. About to pull this mount off underneath there, and then some back here. I'm just gonna go through a little bit and just paint this section black up through here. Nothing crazy, just clean up a little bit. So I want to go through and paint everything. We're gonna disassemble the entire block, which we're not gonna do. So just paint through here a little bit, clean it up, and then good to go. For some reason, I thought this car had a dual mass flywheel, but this is definitely a single mass flywheel. I wonder if they swapped it. Or maybe the Mark IV 12 valves always came with single mass. I want to say the one I pulled off of my other spare 12 valve for the Savoy, that trans, I think that car had a dual mass on it. Maybe I'm wrong.
So now tell me.
Stuck on there pretty good?
How to get that off.
Pry bar.
Pry bar, should we warm it up a little bit at first?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Just don't damage anything. Yeah, I thought it had a dual mass, but single mass. Flywheel is gone, and we've got a very, very leaky rear main seal. Just all of this is covered. The actual cover itself between here and the upper and lower actually looks, I mean, there's some staining, but not much residue. Down here is covered. So glad I got that rear main seal, because you don't want to do all this work and not replace this, but yeah, tons of oil leaking right through there. That actually cleaned up super nicely. So now we can go ahead and rotate it TC. We can lock our cams and then disassemble upper cover, lower cover, and yank everything off, put everything back on. And even though I've timed tons of VR6 at this point, and so have you, but I'm gonna watch Charles' video again, just because I always watch his video repeatedly just to make sure, because it takes 2 seconds to double check your work, make sure it's correct, because we don't want to have to, you know, damage all this, and not worth it. So we'll time it, double check it, and then reassemble. This really didn't take too long. I was gonna go through and paint this side. I got the this mount, this one off of the side engine mount. I'm gonna paint this section. The head's actually in really good shape. You can see there's some shine in there. It was taken care of. It's like it's dirty on the outside, but like overall, it's really in good shape, which is awesome. Only 120,000 miles, so not very much for the engine at all. But little refresh here and she's gonna be good to go. So we've rotated the engine to TDC. You can tell because down here, there's a little mark on the timing cover right there. There's also a little notch on the crank pulley. Kind of hard to see on this one, but very little notch right there. Line those up. Your tool should slide in. If you have it to where the openings are on the bottom side, because it's not dead center of the cam, it's higher on one side versus the other side. If it's not lining up and it's too low, rotate the engine one more time around and it puts it at the top. You're in TDC. This should slide it in. That's good to go. And then over here on the very bottom, actually I can't see until I pull this lower car off. There's a ground down tooth that should match up with the corner down over here, which we'll see as soon as we pull this off. Just double check that we're all in the right spot. So what we'll do now, we can go through and pull off the rear cover by itself. We'll actually leave this one for a second. Leave the tension in it. We'll pull the bottom one off, make sure our tooth is lined up properly. That's good. Then pull your tensioner bolt out, pull the top one on, and then it's just take everything off and put it back on. It's pretty straightforward to do, but it's always good just to double, triple check just in case to save your engine. So we've got the lower cover off. Kind of hard to tell. We look right inside there. That one above my finger has a ground down section on the tooth. Like these ones up here are all flat. That one's got the ground down tooth, which should line up right here. There's a split, kind of hard to see. Let's see. That line right there. So the ground down tooth will line up to that. And then your intermediate chip up here, there's an arrow you can see right above my finger. There's an arrow on the sprocket itself that'll line up to a line that's actually on the piece behind it. So that's lined up, this is lined up, cams are locked, we're officially in TDC. Now we can go ahead and pull everything off. So far this is going very smooth, you say?
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Fine.
So now we pull off this upper cover and let's remove everything. I will say timing of VR6, I've done it so many times now, I know what to look for, but the first time you do it, a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
Because like, if I get this wrong,
yeah,
there goes some of my valves, all of my valves.
The first timing belt I did was on my Mark I convertible.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I checked it more than double.
When Greg and I first did my VR6, man, I checked it so many times. I watched Charles' video back 15 times in a row, just double checking every step, making sure that there was no issues.
Yeah.
But now I've gotten pretty decent at it. Man, I've done pretty good so far. Not to jinx it, but all the ones we've done so far, like my engines, Greg's engines, Steve's VR6, the VR5, they've all gone well. As long as you just make sure your points are lined up, you really, you can mess it up, but like as long as your points are lined up and your cams are locked, it's pretty bulletproof.
Nothing can happen,
You have to just be like, yeah, well, we'll put this here, we'll put that there, put these wherever I want to put them. I got like, what, 4 more? And then upper cover's off. And then also once this is off, I'll show you guys just to make sure you want to have the tension on certain sides of the chain and the slack on a certain side as well. But that's also pretty easy to do. That one, this one, and then I think
there's
I pull this little,
yeah, we have to pull the 10.
This VR6 has so many factory VR6 with all like the secondary air and secondary water pump and all this extra stuff that I usually just get rid of, but on this car I'll probably leave for.
Is this long enough?
Oh wow, yeah, it's good. Yeah, you get 3 total. There you go.
2.
And then 1 more.
1 more.
Good. Well, that's fine. This one and 1 more. Alright, once we get this cover off, we'll check back in and I'll show you guys how we're looking. I haven't seen any broken pieces, nothing, which is good. Which honestly, I told you yesterday, as I drove it more, the sound of like chain noise kind of went away because I might have just sat for a long time. But to have a car with unknown maintenance history, it's just worth fixing it all. That way I know the clutch is good, the water pump's done, the rear main seal's done. Just peace of mind. All right, so upper cover is off. Again, looks really clean in here. None of the guys, actually this one's broke right there. That's it right there, look at it. See it? That's the broken one right there. You can see it on camera or not. You see it? Mm-hmm. Snapped guide. The other one's broken. This one's good. Oh, this one as well, look at it. Big chunk out of that one. I knew I heard it. So, matter of time before it gave way, we had a whole bunch of clacking in here and some damage probably, but we caught it just in time. So, 1 guide broken, this guide broken, this one looks to be good to go, and this one looks to be good to go, which usually is not these ones. It's usually these ones that break. Yeah, big old chunk right there. And this one's cracked right down the middle. Good catch, just in time too. But we need to figure out where that piece went. It's probably sitting down there. But when I do an oil change, hopefully it comes out. That possibly would fit out of the drain bolt hole. I'll have to check when I pull the pan off when I do the oil change on it. Other than that, not looking too bad. Also, the coolant flange looked like it was leaking. I didn't get a new one of these, but thankfully on the 12 valve, the upper cover, different than the 24 valve in the VR5, where the flange for this is part of the upper cover. This one's actually separate, so I can do all this stuff and at a later date come back and do this. I mean, I really didn't see any, like, I can't tell if it's recent or not. It may have been for a long time ago, but duly noted. We'll replace this at some point, probably put a new thermostat as well, which I should have done now, but I wasn't thinking about it. But this will all get done today, and this is the biggest thing. I just want to make sure my timing was good, because if this thing fully went, jumps time, trashes the head, that's the worst possible thing. This stuff I can do later, not a big deal. So now we shall go through and take off all of our guides, pull our chains off, and replace everything. That is it. Everything has been removed and good to go, all laid out over here. You can see our upper cam gears, which I have all new stuff over there, replace everything. Lower gear, intermediate gear, the bolts. So this retention air was still good. This upper guide was still okay. This one was broken that you guys saw. And also this piece was broken, which is this piece right here. And then wherever the top little half moon piece is, that's gone somewhere. But that one's broken. And then also this one down here, this whole piece was broken. So in the rear, and then also on this bottom section. So broken guide, cutting it really close. What did you say, Mark? Yeah. Cutting it really close. So hey, we got it in time. We didn't blow the engine up, destroy all the pistons and bend all the valves. So that's good. Now we'll go through, repeat the process in reverse, and put our new chains in, new tensioner, everything brand new. And it's good to go. Like I said, right now it's all in TDC. All you have to do is make sure you line up your stuff, like your intermediate one. That's the little area you can see right there I was telling you guys about. That lines up to this line right here, and then you kind of just follow it through. You want the slack on this side with the tensioner, and then you're good to go. If you want a full detailed video on how to do this, watch Charles' video. I'm giving you like the very brief overview, but you want a full detailed video, definitely check out his video because this is very in-depth. Tons of great camera angles and explanations, so definitely check out his video. I'm just giving you like the Cliff Notes version so we can get this done. Yep, and there is everything. Man, really cutting it close. Really cutting it close, but we're good. We saved her. So after a little back and forth adjusting of where the cams actually were, she is all done. Everything's timed and good to go. TDC still lined up. You can see we have slack on the backside here. I haven't actually undone this. So when you get a brand new one, there's a clip holding it in so the tension doesn't go out, but you can see slack on the backside. And then up here, you can see slack on the tensioner side. Everything's still lined up. Cam holder's still there. These are all good, good, good. All the way down, we're lined up inside of there with our intermediate shaft. Good, good, and done. So at this point, we can go ahead, pop this out, put tension down here. We'll put the lower cover back on, upper cover back on, tensioner bolts. I have a new one right here. Voila. And then our timing is done. Then we can do rear main. Okay, we're back. My camera died because GoPros are horrible in the cold and they die so fast. Martin's got the clutch going on right now. Upper cover on, lower cover on, valve cover on, new gasket. On this side, we have new water pump, new tensioner, that's all done. And then over here, I went through with some brake cleaner, the wire brush, and the compressed air. Transmission came pretty clean. I thought about painting it, but it's not really worth doing all that. So just cleaned up, looking much, much better. So that's good to go. So now once the clutch is back on, I'll show you that in just a minute. We'll toss the trans back on, get it rolled back over here, and then I guess back in the car. I think everything else is done. Change are done, rear main seal is done, valve cover gasket, water pump, tensioner. I use spark plugs, but that's quick, real fast. And then clutch, trans back on, subframes over there. Yeah, moving right along. That was that tight one.
Yeah.
All right. Transmission's back on.
Yeah.
Bolts are in. Gotta go and torque these all the way down, but not too bad.
So what do you need, a wrench or?
I need 19 for this front one, just to make sure it's tight. We'll go through and just check
19?
all these ones. I think so. 19 or 18. Maybe 18.
18.
I might be lying to you. I'll go through tighten all these ones. And then we're going to bring the car down and put them back together. Not too bad. I probably should have filmed that, but engine is now back in the car. Actually worked super well. They hoisted it up. I hopped on my little ladder, did the mounts, boom and boom, and she's in there. AC compressor's already in because the bolt's too long, so that one's already done. Power steering got routed underneath, so that's it. Whew. Solid work.
Nice.
Not bad. So out in a day, refresh the next day back in, and then tomorrow we'll spend just, you know, button everything back up, subframe back in, and then out of here tomorrow. Yeah, should be good. This went good so far. This has been nice. This has been real nice. Look at that. Back in there, fresh chains, fresh guides, fresh clutch. Not bad. I still can't believe how close we were to having just complete guide failure.
Why not?
It was close. We got it really close, but we made it. Okay, so to go through, clean up. We're done for tonight, right? That's it for tonight? Or you want to do any more?
Yeah, just a little bit of cleaning and...
Okay. Yep. A little bit of cleaning. Get it prepped for tomorrow. And then out of here. Not bad. 3-day turnaround. Not bad. A little light in there. There you go. So yeah, tomorrow will be, you know, getting all of this mess put back together. We got the subframe back over there, which I put the sway bar on still, and get it all tucked up, but there she is. She is back in. Nice. I'm excited to now drive this car and have like no fear of it possibly blowing up on me. Now I can just drive the car hard and rip it and just enjoy it. That's awesome. This is gonna be such a sick daily. Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, so clean up time, and then we'll be back in a minute. Put this right there. All right. I wanted to open this yesterday, I forgot. I want to see their fancy airbox cone filter situation here. Okay. Just curious to see what they've done in here. I wonder how it's held on. Oh, it must be on the back side of this. It definitely can't fit well though. I'm sure it's a mess in here. Just two? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, this is not good. This is no good.
Oh man. I've done some stuff in my day. You know, I've done some things. I haven't done this. But they just smushed it in. It's like a PVC and like a... What's the thing on the back of the dryer?
Yeah.
The...
But this is not nice.
All for what? Like for this? I mean, the normal air filter is like all of this. And now you have like just this in the corner. It's smushed.
I think a stock air filter is better than this one.
This is hilarious. And I already learned on these ones, the cone filter doesn't make any like, difference in sound. Maybe on the 12 valve, but on Casey's car, nothing.
Normally, yes, but when it's outside of that box.
They smushed this thing, bent it all to pieces, cut up part of their dryer hose, got some PVC and said, this is amazing. Amazing. And not even like, maybe we should keep this? You think we keep it?
No.
That's got to add a lot of horsepower. That screams performance. Someone, I mean, I've done some things, but someone said, this is it. Someone said, that's good. Send it. Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm glad I opened this. Forgot yesterday, and this is absolutely amazing. Just pure race car engineering. Okay, we are back home. Made tons of great progress today. Again, a massive thank you to Martin for his helping out and just making things so much easier. I'm exhausted. We'll do this right here. Oh, I'm tired. But again, good progress. Thank you to Martin. Give you guys a final update on Casey right off the video. Had surgery this morning. I talked to her a handful of times. She's in a lot of pain right now. She's very achy, which is normal after surgery. But the whole surgery went smooth, no issues there, and she's now on her way to recovery. So just continue to keep her in your thoughts. Hopefully this is a smooth process from here on out. They're doing the paperwork now to see if she's gonna come home, which I think she will. Probably sometime next week is what it's looking like, but I'll keep you guys updated as far as information goes. When I hear it, I'll relay it to you guys. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.